Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, Josh Sanch. Welcome back to the Bodybuilding News Network. Now, I did a quick live for the press conference wrap up, but I wanted to do, let me try it out. I wanted to do a version of Bodybuilding Daily. Anyways, I brought my fancy board, so I got all the effects. I wanted to talk about the press conference. I wanted to recap it with you, some of my takeaways, and then what you guys were thinking, you ladies and gentlemen, what you were thinking of the press conference. So definitely let me know your thoughts down below, but let's go ahead and jump into it. So coming right into it, I did miss Dan Solomon's speech, so you guys will have to let me know how that went and what he said. But let's go ahead and talk about the big ones, right? So with Brandon Curry not being in that lineup for the press conference, you only had 3 men's open bodybuilders, and one of them had to have an interpreter. So there's definitely a lackluster situation going on there. You think about the 90s, you think about the early 2000s, those press conferences had 10, 15, 20 men's open bodybuilders on that stage, and everyone had a chance to speak. Everyone had a chance to make it very exciting. We did not have that this year. Now, I'm not saying this isn't like a men versus women thing. This isn't a division versus division thing. I'm simply saying that it was not entertaining and that we need to do something to make it better in 2024. Now, that is my main statement. Now, let's get into some conjecture. What are my thoughts and what are some things that we could possibly do to make the press conference better in 2024? Now, there's always going to be a conversation about separating the genders, right? Having men's do their own thing and women's do their own thing. Have men compete on one day and have women compete on the other day. Split things up, make it a lot easier. Morning and night, have men's open bodybuilding do a show in one day. I think it's very exciting. I think it's going to help a lot with streamlining the shows, and also it's going to make it so you're not forcing people to have to sit in on divisions if they don't want to. I love bodybuilding. I spend a lot of my own personal money to travel to these shows and a lot of my personal time covering these shows and interviewing athletes. I have no interest in sitting down with 95% of, I would say, the figure, physique, in bikini, and fitness competitors. There are a handful of them that I do enjoy speaking to, and I'm sure if I did have a conversation with each and every one of them, I would enjoy it. But it's something it is something to keep in mind. It's not everyone wants to see every single athlete. Not everyone wants to see every single division. So maybe we can make that adjustment. That's just a thought. Let me know down below. When we talk about the press conference, getting out of that age-old topic, right? When we look at the conference, I would have liked to see twice as many men's open bodybuilders, twice as many men's class. Well, maybe not twice as many, right? Classic Physique had Urs, Brian, Chris, and Ramon. So they had 4 people, which is solid. 212 had 2 people. It had the reigning 212 champion and a guy that placed 6th last year, Keon Pearson. That makes no sense to me. That sounds like some favoritism there, but of course it is a business, and Keon is someone that sells tickets. So I understand why they did it. I might not agree with it. When we look at the other divisions, women's bodybuilding had 3. Women's bodybuilding had 3 ladies on stage. It just doesn't make sense to me. When you look at how much money is invested in the men's open bodybuilding division and the prize money and the ticket sales that are associated with, again, I'm wondering if that's, ladies and gentlemen, I'm wondering if that is something they're going to keep track of this year. Who are you coming to see? Mark it down in a box. Let's do a poll. Who is actually going to the Olympia to watch what division? For me, I'm coming to watch the men's open bodybuilding division. Me, as a media correspondent, as a pundit, as an analyst, I'm here to cover the men's open bodybuilding division. Everything else is a bonus. That's what I do. That's what a lot of the other that's a lot of what all the other divisions are doing. Wow. I went to bed at 3 a.m. and I woke up at 9 a.m. So I'm a little tired. It's already 6 p.m. It's 6 p.m. So we have a long, long night, ladies and gentlemen. So stay tuned. But again, I just want to have conversations with you guys. And that's what's really cool about bodybuilding. And that's why I love bodybuilding this much, is we just get to sit around and talk about bodybuilding. And that is cool. So that'll be the recap for my press conference. There really wasn't anything exciting from the press conference. I'm telling you, I listened. I was trying to make sound bites, and I was trying to make it exciting. And I think Bob, although, say what you say about Bob, I think he did a great job. And gosh darn it, he does have a great voice for bodybuilding. So kudos to him for being born with that voice. The celebrity press panel, that was interesting. Ron Harris was there. He didn't really get to talk a lot. Sean Ray was there. He asked a few. Tarek El Gundi, Brazilian guy or Portuguese guy, I guess it's the same thing, right? He was there, but he really only asked Ramon things, and he was throwing Portuguese in there, which I thought it slowed down the conference. It didn't. You want everything to go quick. You want it to be exciting. You want to capture people's attention. And what he was doing there with saying things in Portuguese and then translating, it just really slowed everything down. If Ramon can't speak English, then he's gonna have to get a translator, just like Hadi Chupin does. But that's a very small thing I noticed. But it is something I noticed. So keep that in mind. If that's something you guys noticed, let me know down below. But that is about it. I think I'm going to head out to the convention, pick up some water so I don't get dehydrated. And I got to swing by Walmart and get a micro SD card reader because I can't find mine. But if you didn't see the Brandon Curry video, make sure you do, because it'll explain why I am holding my $300 microphone and why there is no stand to it. But I'm your host here on the Bodybuilding News Network, Josh Sanch. Please subscribe as we try to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2023. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you, beautiful ladies and gentlemen, in the next one. Or at the Olympia. Come find me. Let's take pictures.